So good afternoon and welcome to today's update. It is, believe it or not, just 2 weeks since Holy Trinity started setting ourselves up as this community response hub. It seemed an awful lot longer than just 2 weeks, but it is literally just 2 weeks since the conversation started about what we might do to care for and look after our community through this current crisis that we're in. And back then, all the local agencies, we were having loads of conversations and brainstorming what the needs might be of our community. And we were thinking about people getting food because of the stockpiling that was going on, people being able to get shopping because of self-isolation, people being able to collect prescriptions that were running out, all those sorts of things. But actually what's happened is a lot of other things have come to the surface and have been really surprising, really, things that we hadn't considered or thought about in advance. And I just wanted to share one or two examples of the sorts of things that we've come across. So one example would be somebody in our community who might have what you describe as additional needs or learning difficulties, and it came to our attention that this person had got the message about staying at home and staying safe. They'd got that message, but what they hadn't quite grasped was that you were still able to go out for an hour's exercise each day, you were still able to go and do your shopping. And so this person was basically just stuck at home on their own, and it was a difficult situation. So we were able to hear about that and respond. That was something we hadn't really thought about in advance. Another example would be somebody who came to our attention from the deaf community. A number of people in our community are hard of hearing or profoundly deaf, and we heard some stories about how people whose carers or maybe people who came in and did signing for them weren't able to do that because of self-isolation. And as you can imagine, that presents all sorts of additional challenges in terms of communication and that sense of isolation. Another story, a gentleman from down south was very concerned about his mum. His mum was telling him over the phone that she was fine and there was nothing to worry about, but he was still concerned, worried that she might just be kind of pulling the wool over his eyes. And so we were able to pop round and just check that that lady was indeed absolutely fine. And one thing that we've been really surprised at, but has been really lovely, is loads of people have been ringing in and they've not been asking for help, but they have just said that they're really reassured that somebody is there. They're okay at the minute, but they were worrying about what will happen when they need shopping, when they need prescriptions collecting, all those sorts of things. So people just feeling really vulnerable in their own homes, and the fact that we've been able to put this together has given them a real sense of reassurance, which is a great thing. And so we're learning as we go along. There's all sorts of new scenarios popping up every day, and we're doing our best to try and make sure we're there for everybody, no matter what the issue and no matter what the challenge. That's all I really wanted to say today. Things are ticking along nicely. The referrals are coming in. Our volunteers are being fantastic in responding and getting out and meeting people's needs. And so I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and may God's love, God's peace and God's blessing be with you and your families at this time. See you tomorrow.